And it's the song we're bringing to you this morning, Moisha. And Obrafo featured, you know, another rap prodigy there, another rap sensation, somebody who has stormed the rap music scene over the last decade, if not the last decade and a half. But in the meantime, we have to say that we have him in the studio. And later on the show, we're going to have Obrafo live here. And we know that he released Pamuka album, and subsequently to mark just nearly 20 years when he brought that first album, and has permeated but also influenced rap music in our country. He's a legend. We're celebrating him today. We are also bringing him closer to you. But right here also on the show, we want you to send many of your messages. On Facebook, we have a regular page. We're always streaming live there. So the good thing is, as you're watching us, you're sending us more of your messages, what you think about the content we're providing you this morning. And then also through our Twitter handle at JoyNews on TV, let us know what you think, but also tweeting at us. Make sure you tag us as well as you can. YouTube is always available, My Joy Online TV. But Friday is always a relationship Friday for all of us. And here we bring you a story brought to you by one of us. That is one of our viewers through info@myjoyonline.com or through a WhatsApp platform 0540 10 909. We have a story today, and it goes like this.
I don't know what came over me, but I decided to close early from work and come home one afternoon. The main door hadn't been locked, so I was wondering whether thieves had entered the house. Dear AM, we live in the two-bedroom house alone, having been married for just 2 years. My first thought was that my husband had forgotten to lock the door before going to work. As I got closer to the bedroom to go and change, I could hear some noise emanating from inside. At first, I was frightened, but I drew nearer and swiftly opened the door, and what met my eyes shocked me. My handsome husband, naked with another man, having anal sex. Dear AM, this man was just not a stranger too, but his best friend, who has also become my friend. I screamed. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was disgusted with the sight. Dear AM, that was 3 months ago. He came begging on his knees that day. The man I married confessed to me that he had attractions towards men. My husband was gay. Dear AM, in the course of our marriage, we hardly had sex. He was either busy at the office or going on trek. Even when he tried having sex with me, he barely lasted for 5 minutes. He barely touched me over the last 2 years. Sometimes I had to force him. I have packed out of the house and back to my parents. I want a divorce. What do I do, dear AM? Oforiwa from Kenton Chrono, Kumasi.
We have this one from one of you, and of course the name is disguised to make sure that we don't tend to relatedly trace the subject. Of course, all these happen within our lives, so you could have somebody around you who has a similar predicament or problem. But we're here to discuss it, and we'll have a counselor on stream who will be advising us. We'll also be opening the phone lines, but as always, well, a regular counselor these days is Amos Kevin Annan, and he is the best professional we have found this morning to enable us look at this issue. How does Oforiwa look at this? How does she solve her predicament or problem? But we also told you about other conversations we're going to have on the show. Obrafo is live here. And look, we'll bring you the latest news headlines, the latest sports headlines, because the weekend is coming. All of us are looking forward to some great sporting activities. The EPL is right there. Look, my team Chelsea, of course. Forget about when we had the League Cup and we couldn't do well against Manchester. You know, it's just one of those things. It's just a blip. So we'll look at the fixtures for the coming weekend, not only for the EPL, but also how sports generally is shaping up. The other leagues also will be available, and trust Benedict also and the rest of the sports team to bring you what it is that they have to. But look, we also would bring to you day 2 of the Joy Prime Made in Ghana Fair, and the fair has seen many enthusiastic people throng in there to make sure we are all part of building our country. And if you know that you would also want to have a taste of this fair, make sure that you stay with us as we bring you a wrap-up of day 2 of the, well, Joy Prime Made in Ghana Fair. But we also have we're also going to have Adansi Travels. They are sponsors of the event. They'll also be in the studio and live from the location. We'll look at what we expect for day 2 today. All right. So please make sure you get interactive. Right now we have to look at what stories we have, front and back pages of the newspapers, but the latest news headlines we have in the studio. It promises to be exciting. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm looking forward to the discussion on the relationship, and then Obrafo rap sensation is right here in the studio. Stay with us.